Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul. Worship His holy name. Sing like never before. Oh my soul, I worship Your holy name.
We're here with the Winslows, and we just got one question. What does Faith Chapel mean to you?
Faith Chapel.
30 seconds, go.
30 seconds, okay. For us, it's all about family and worshiping God with our family and having Pawpaw lead the music and having our children see that example and witness. Seeing David and Pam serve the way they do and Hazel and just everything with the family and having our family here. It's special when we can worship God, who is our Heavenly Father, and see our earthly family as well, and it's nice.
And I would say that it's home to me. And one thing I was telling Daniel is that I would feel comfortable having anybody in this body of believers with taking care of my children, which is a huge comfort, knowing that we are worshiping God with just such an awesome group of people, amazing hard workers, love the Lord, serving the Lord in many different facets.
The sun comes up, it's a new day dawning. It's time to sing Your song again. Whatever may pass and whatever lies before me, let me be singing when the evening comes.
This is Don Chenoweth here. We got one question for you, Don. What's Faith Chapel mean to you today?
Means everything. It's a family-oriented church. Full of great people. That's about all I can say.
All right.
Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul. Worship His holy name. Sing like never before. Oh my soul, I worship Your holy name.
Hey guys, I'm here with Kevin and Katina Collins. They're sort of two of our newer members. They went here when they were younger. They went somewhere else for a while, and they came back in the last few years. Now they're our youth leaders. And I just wanted to ask them one simple question. What does Faith Chapel mean to you today?
Family, love, great fellowship.
I love that. Like you said, we grew up here, so it's really nice being back in a church that we grew up in, back with some of our family that we hadn't seen in a long time and been close to, and reconnecting with them, reconnecting with the church and with God. Great fellowship. It's a very small church. I like that it's small, but we have a great crew here, and you feel Jesus and God when you're here. You feel the Spirit, and I think that's the most important thing about being at Faith Chapel.
Thank you, guys.
You're rich in love and you're slow to anger. Your name is great and your heart is kind.
Thanks for having us here at your house today. Just wondered if you could tell us a little bit about the story of how Faith Chapel came to be. Just my understanding, you guys was attending a church near here
Yes.
previous to Faith Chapel.
Right. We was going to Spring Grove. Then there was some difficulty that we didn't like what was going on, so we left, and all the others did leave too. And it was about 2 weeks after that we went to different churches. But after that we wanted to worship with the people that left, So this is a house down the road from us here.
Dieter's house, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, that was Uncle Isom's house, and his daughter-in-law, Anna Troxel, was the owner at the time, and we rented it from her. And that's where we met. We went with a delegate down to Dale Billsy to ask, about a pastor. Dean Moulton once mentioned it to us that probably Dale would help us, So we went, Pearl Madley and Roy and Ellen and Charles and Merle and Hazel and I all went down there and met with Dale, and he consented. And so we had to vote on him, but after we voted, and they called him to preach for us, and he stayed with us 7 years. He helped us. We stayed down in the house for nearly a year, and then we had to do some work on it. One time we had so many in there that the framing, the joist give away. So Brother Roy Dowdy went the next day and sheared it up so it would stand up. And we bought a upright piano. Beth played for us. She was just about 11 years old when she started.
You asked me the other day about what it was like to play the piano at a young age for a church. It was a small congregation. I started playing the piano or took lessons starting at 5, almost 6. So I didn't have a lot of songs that I knew in my repertoire. And so it was a little overwhelming, but I think as a child, maybe not as overwhelming as if I'd been an adult starting to learn to play the piano. I think of Cindy and Hannah right now. You ask them to do something, they do it. So they asked me to do it, and with a lot of support from a lot of sweet people and prayers, they encouraged me to keep going. And what we did was the songs that I knew is the songs that we sang. And I would learn a new song, and then we'd have a new song to sing for the service. And so I just appreciate that encouragement from the people in that regard, because I'm still playing today. A lot of it had to do with my mom, keeping after me, my mom and dad keeping after me. But the church was a big support, and they encouraged me to do in the church, and I continued to do it. So.
And Roy and Ellen Dowdy was with us, Gus and Nellie Turner, and Charles and Merle, Mrs. Madley, Pearl Madley, and Hazel and I and our family, and Charles and Merle's family too. And Mrs. Roper came, and there was some over north, I don't know just who. There was several that maybe I don't know, could remember that was there. But, and Brother Don Walton and Edna Walton, and Van came first. That was Andrew Siddick's dad.
Yes.
He came first, and then he got his dad and mom to come. And Dale worked with East Side Lumber Company. And he helped us with material that we didn't need. We made a trip up to I worked for Austin Powder, and we had the truck to go by and pick up lumber at Breeze, Illinois. And our old Travis did. He and his wife came, Lois, and he was our carpenter. And Brother Roy helped him practically every day. Roy was just on the other side of the railroad, and he come and helped. And Dale stayed with us 7 years, and we done good, had good people. And Brother Frank and Fern, I forgot them. Frank was our treasurer, and Mrs. Madley taught. And after Don came, Walton, he taught the men's class. And then we had Merle and Charles took care of the youth.
Sort of set the scene here for everybody, I guess. Give them a little bit of a frame of reference. You're turning 88 years old this coming Saturday,
Right.
and we're about to celebrate 50 years of Faith Chapel, which means you were about 38 years old, and Hazel was about 37 years old
Right.
when you guys worked together to found the church. So to help everybody with that, I'm 37. So feeling like a pretty young guy. You guys were a young group of Christ lovers founding a church together.
Right.
Now, how did you? How did the property get acquired down here? Did you already own that?
Yes. They had option of Roy Dowdy had on the other side of the railroad. He offered a piece of ground. Then my sister Josephine and Hazel and I offered them an acre down there, and they chose that acre down there instead of that on the railroad because it was so close to the railroad down there.
Right.
One thing.
Were you the song leader from day one? Did you lead us in worship?
Yeah. Such as it was. Yeah.
And so, how many years? I know you've said you've had to bow out a couple times over the years, but how many years do you think you've been the worship leader at Faith Chapel?
Well, most of the time, but when sometimes they got someone, you know, that could do a better job than I did, so that's what we wanted, you know.
A lot of humility there.
Yeah.
It's hard sometimes for people to step aside, but I'll say you're still doing a good job at 87, soon to be 88. Hazel, how did you feel about this? Again, just kind of a young couple, a bunch of young couples, I guess, getting together and founding a church. Were you crazy about the idea? Did you feel the Lord was leading you guys to do this?
Oh, I did, yes,
Let's speak up.
yes.
I would imagine, just knowing you a little bit, that there was quite a bit of prayer that went into the founding of Faith Chapel on your part and on the part of others. What were you praying for at that time? What did you want to see the Lord do through that church?
Well, we wanted to reach the lost.
For all your goodness, I will keep on singing. 10,000 reasons for my heart to find. So listen.